Hello everyone and welcome to the very first 3dRudder review for the PlayStation VR. For those who don't know, the 3dRudder is a plug-and-play peripheral and is designed to add full locomotion to games by controlling a device with your feet. Today, we will be taking a look at the Wizards, which just came out, and we'll be rating it on whether it is recommended, optional, or not recommended. Please note that this review is intended only for the use of the rudder with the Wizards and does not reflect any other supported titles, although you might find some similarities. Without further ado, let's begin. First, to activate the rudder, you will have to place both feet on the device, applying just a slight amount of pressure to it. After you hear the beep, the device will then be recognized and you can begin using it. If you ever lift your feet during gameplay, the device will then turn off, so you'll have to place your feet back and wait a second or two for it to sync again before you're able to move. You'll want to start off by going into the settings and adjusting the movement and rotation speed. Most will want to turn them up all the way, however those more prone to motion sickness might find leaving them down to be more comfortable. As a side note, I don't suffer from any motion sickness, so I can't say whether or not it helps prevent any nausea to those who do. The movement is pretty simple. Slightly press the front of the rudder down to move forward, back to move backwards, and left or right to strafe. To turn, rotate the rudder to the left and right. This is all made really easy by the rounded bottom, and the more pressure you apply, the more it affects the movement speed. The combat in the Wizards requires you to make a certain amount of hand gestures. This is an awesome feature that makes you feel like you're actually conjuring spells, but it can be extremely difficult to pull these off properly while having to use your offhand to point in the direction you want to move. This is where the rudder truly shines. By having your hands completely free to use for actions, you can do things such as conjure spells while moving, cast them while evading, and strafe left or right while trying to fire the bow and avoiding projectiles. That being said, there are still moments in gameplay where you will have to resort to using the moves. You can get stuck in a corner, and the rudder can do nothing about it. If this happens, you'll still have to use the moves to teleport to safety. Overall, the rudder is made for games like the Wizards. Not only is it more immersive using your feet to move, but it actually gives you an advantage in gameplay by allowing your hands to do all the actions needed while still being able to move. It's a great substitute for not having joysticks, so I'm going to give the 3dRudder for the Wizards a recommend. Thank you all for checking out this review. This is AJ signing off for now. If you found the information helpful, do hit that like button and be sure to subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest PSVR news, reviews, discussions, and more.